Smile, but honestly, how? I put my boy. Sometimes I see him in the cloud. I've been away for a while. I'm in the band of town, debating about who is the great.
While in his hometown of Chicago for All-Star Weekend, NBA 2K20 cover athlete Anthony Davis helped unveil the latest 2K Foundations project.
And a good Thursday evening to you, D.A. Jacob. He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Kemba Walker is out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Grant, then it's Jordan, and it's George in at the small forward spot. And for Seattle, Miles Turner out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Then there's Harris. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now here is Harris, outside Bogdanovic. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Here's Smart. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And for people who would like to see Smart take fewer threes, that mid-range J is a welcome sight.
Lillard attacking. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone. Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Now, here's Walker. He picked up 39 points in their last one against New York. Harris against Smart. And stolen by Lillard. And here they come. Here's Harris. No good that time. So Utah will take it the other way. This game against Seattle is the first time they've met this year.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Greg, we know that's in the past, but you can't change that for sure. Nevertheless, a win would be sweet.
Clock at 2. Walker's shot is off. For Seattle, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lillard from outside, a rebound by the Jazz.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Jordan with some nice D.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Here's George. Good work defensively by Turner.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
He gets that one.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now, here's Bogdanovic, still looking for his first bucket in this one. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Smart, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
As tough as they get, Smart's a bulldog out there, does a good job of drawing contact, oftentimes by initiating it.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. On deep. That one misses. And so it's the Utah Jazz in the... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Grant. Smart is out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jordan in at the center. Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Walker's got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good name. And here is Harris. Kemba Walker hitting his 3 to go. Well, the last few years, we've seen a huge improvement from Tobias Harris's shooting the deep ball.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. He went from not really having a reliable outside shot to being a 40% shooter from outside the arc. It's opened up a lot for the rest of his game, and it's a big reason why he scored over 20 points a game last year.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pops it up for Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
That's a 2 from Lillard. They get it back. Goes up again. Harris misses.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Jordan. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Lillard. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Smart. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Had a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Nance. 1:32 left in the first half. George against Bogdanovic.
You know, since Bogdanovic came into the league, he's made some nice strides defensively and a nice contest there.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And now look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Walker's shot is off.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Lillard misses. Jazz leading by 16. And George, here we go. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lillard. Turner trying to free himself up, and it's Lillard missing.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
And it's George missing. Lillard with it. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Lillard's got 4 this quarter.
I like when Lillard gets a little tricky with it. Outstanding at measuring the floater and dropping it in.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with a sizable lead as the quarter end.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They're leading by 16. And that...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Bogdanovich out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Harris. And it's Turner in at the 5 down low. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half.
So one thing you've got to know about Kemba Walker is that this guy can go off at any time. A dynamic scorer that also possesses the killer instinct. And when he gets it going, watch out. It can snowball into a dominating performance.
Here's Lillard. Softly drops in the floater. Lillard's got 8.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Passes to Walker. This one for 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. And for Walker, who stayed 3 years at UConn, Clark, he just keeps getting better on the offensive end.
Boy, Kemba Walker is one of the most dynamic little guys we've had in the league in its history. I mean, his ability to score from outside and inside, really hard to match and quite special. He's the type of player who always is surprising you on the upside.
And Lillard kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Lillard. 3-pointer. Connects from 3-point range. He's got 11.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Jordan the pass to Walker. And it's sent back by Turner. To the paint. Here's Harris. Lays it up off the glass.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's George. Here's Jordan. And it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. And another basket for Seattle. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately, came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Here's Smart. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 8 points for Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I think the train has left the station in regards to Walker ever being able to live his shoot-first reputation down. But as we see here, This is a guy who can make some spectacular passes.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Utah. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Smart kicks to Walker. Over Lillard. Jordan inside. Turner covering. The shot's good from Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Walker against Lillard. The three doesn't go that time. And so it's the Utah Jazz holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to... And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to...
You just can't go on and on and on.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Paul George. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jeremy Grant. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. That's a two-pointer from Walker, and Utah again with the bucket.
Walker possesses not only competitive spirit, but a really good basketball IQ. And if you give him too much room, even an inch, he'll pull the trigger.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
And it's sent back by Turner. Harris looking it over. Pass to Nance. And Grant sends it back. And he gets it back.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
He hits the second from the line. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Inside. Walker's shot is off. Seattle trails by 10. And the pass to Lillard. That shot is off. And it's Utah the other way. Here's George.
Oh, yeah. That was just a sick move by George. He's a legendary schooler when it comes to taking the defense to task.
On the wing, Harris, guarded by Smart. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Harris.
Well, he's an elite shooter with a lot of sweet spots. Defenses have to mark and keep an eye on Harris from mid-range.
And there's the call on Tobias Harris. And that'll be his third foul so far. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team. I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Lillard against Walker. A three ball. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Lillard.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Smart against Harris. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's Lillard. with the teardrop, and it's good on the layup. Lillard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Seattle.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Walker in the post, covered by Lillard. They get it again. Outside for George. Outside, Walker from the arc. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Here's the teardrop. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And in the win, thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
Do I cross your